Hi, my name's Terry Haines, and I'm the chairman of the local non-commissioned officers association here in the Rogue Valley. And one of the things that we have done in the past is we created this program called Veterun, and it was an attempt to try to reach out to the public and find a way to benefit local charities that help veterans. And I'm here today with Jed Morgan, the project manager for a project called White Heart Project. And I'd like you to tell the audience today, Jed, just what is White Heart and what kind of help do you provide to veterans and first responders?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much. Really honored that you've chosen Whiteheart to be one of the beneficiaries for this event. So we started back in 2016 with a program at the time was called the Guardian Project, where we took veterans and we took them to places like Wyoming and Colorado to do things like whitewater rafting, rock climbing, horseback riding, get them outdoors, doing things that they maybe have never done before in their life, and around like-minded individuals who have gone through similar experiences and situations. And we put them through these adventure opportunities, but then centered each night around a campfire where they have the opportunity to be able to go and talk about difficult things that they've gone through, the issues that they're facing mentally and physically at that moment, and be able to get the support that they need. And it wasn't a program where they are sent home and forgotten about afterwards. We continually keep track of how they're doing, what their current needs are, and invite them back on other retreats if they need to. And this last year, we opened up our program for first responders as well. So now we're able to do these trips for not only veterans, but first responders around the country, which has been an amazing opportunity for us.
Outstanding. So, how many veterans have you served so far in this program?
We've served over 100 veterans, and that's including the first responders that we've been able to host as well last year.
Yeah. And you're usually, when you go out on these trips, you're anywhere from 10 to 12 individuals that are suffering from whatever. I like to think that Veterun helps organizations that impact the mental health of our veteran community, whether directly dealing with depression or PTSD or other issues that cause stress in their life. And do you have any success stories that you can share with us of what type of things, without necessarily going into names, but what kind of things have you done and seen?
Yeah, no, that's great. There's a few that really just stand out in my mind of folks who have excelled after coming through a retreat. One is a young lady who, first event that she's ever really been able to go on was with White Heart back in our very first one back in 2016. And she was hesitant to go, but she was at the point where she was about to end her life if it hadn't been for this retreat. So she goes onto the retreat, barely says a word to anybody the first few nights. And by the end of it, we have this banquet dinner in Wyoming with about 100 people or so there. And she goes up on stage and she shares her entire story of just the horrible things that happened to her in the military. And it was just an amazing breakthrough. And afterwards, she went and got a master's degree in the tech field and just has blossomed and done so many amazing things. And there's other stories like that. Folks who have gone through, totally changed their life around. They're now leaders within our program. They are peer support specialists in their communities. They're helping out other veterans in different areas. So it's been really amazing to watch and see.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Our goal this year was to raise $60,000, which divided between the three charities would basically provide you with around $20,000. What kind of an impact would that have on you?
Yeah, with the type of trips that we do, they're not cheap. We pay for everything: the airfare, the activities, the lodging, food, all of it. So the veterans and first responders, they don't have to pay a dime when they come on a trip with us. So $20,000 is roughly the cost for an entire trip. That covers everything for 10 to 12 veterans, first responders to come out and have a week of just this amazing time with other people.
Outstanding. Well, I tell you, it's been a significant program for me. Veterun has raised and given away over $189,000 in the first 8 years, and
Mm.
we've helped so many different charities. And one of the big ones that every year that we deal with is suicide prevention.
Mm-hmm.
Have you mentioned that this lady was close to suicide? Do you have any advice to people that are contemplating that, and what kind of a help can you offer to these veterans that are struggling and trying to deal with
Mm.
depression and suicide thoughts, and can you offer any advice that might help?
Yeah, I mean, just as somebody that I deal with depression myself. It's something that I think many of us do. But the biggest thing that I've seen and just noticed from my own personal self is just getting out there and taking that first step forward. There's many opportunities out there for folks that are struggling. People want to help you. People care about you. They love you. It's hard to see that in the moments when you're depressed and wanting to take your life. But just take that, have that courage to step out and ask for help when you need it. Don't fight alone. And then for those who know maybe folks that are in that space, reach out to them, because it's hard when you're in that depression to reach out to others. So making sure to reach out to your friends and family members who are probably struggling.
Right.
So
one of the reasons this program is so important to me is roughly 8,325 days ago, my father committed suicide.
Yeah.
He was a World War II and Vietnam vet, and it's become a passion of mine. So I noticed that you'd been to one of the other charities that we support in this, Mighty Oaks, and it is a huge, life-changing program. But one of the comments that you made that I would like you to touch on a little bit is follow up. You don't just take vets out and give them a week out in the boonies, but that you actually follow up, and that's one of those things that may save a life somewhere down the road. So can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just my experience in the hospital, had the opportunity to go on many different experiences, hunting, fishing, that kind of thing. And those are great. It gets you outside doing something different, but none of them touched on the mental health side at all. There was never any follow up afterwards. It was kind of a one and done situation, which if that's, how they want to do it, that's fine. But it's something that we chose to never do with our program. We knew that if we're going to help people's mental health, it couldn't be a one and done. It's got to be a lifelong opportunity where we're constantly checking in with people, because situations change. Life happens, divorces or work related issues or new injuries, or we've got a number of folks who are dealing with cancer right now. Things like that happen. And it takes just something like that to bring them back down to the dark places that they were before.
Absolutely. So. Well, and that's what I love about your program. It's not a one and done program. I mean, it's got a big fluffy program where you take them out in the boonies and do all kinds of wonderful things. But it's such an encouragement to find that you're one of the charities that's out there and you're kind of in it for life. You follow these men and women, you stay in touch with them, you check up on them to make sure that they're doing okay. And that's a blessing. And I want to thank you for sharing that. Is there anything else that you would like to share about, what Veterun and what you guys and what you're doing? Is there anything that you may want to touch on.
Yeah, I think we were a beneficiary. I think one of the very first Veteruns that you held, and the impact that had, it helped us to really launch one of our first trips that we did, and the impact that it can continue to have with our charity this year or other charities in the future, and the other charities that are on board this year. It can become a lifelong process. It's not just like you're giving money and donating money for this event and then that's it. But this can lead and help people for years and years and years to come.
Absolutely.
It's something that will keep on giving. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've had moms in strollers pushing their babies. We've had people walking dogs. Last year, we had a disabled veteran that was in a manual wheelchair, and he went the whole 5K without any assistance.
Yeah.
And he's talking about coming back and bringing some more of his friends. So this is an event. We need people to get out there who care about what Jed and White Hart are doing or what Veterun means to the other charities. This is your opportunity. It only takes $30 to sign up to run or walk. Most of the people walk it.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you're interested in helping this, go to roguevalleyveterun.org and you can look up this event, sign up. If you know of a business out there that would like to make a donation, we're tax deductible. We need your help. And, I love this man here because what he has done has inspired me. And I hope that this young man and what he's trying to do for all these other veterans and first responders can touch your heart because we need your help. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it.
God
Thanks so
bless
much.
you.
Yeah, same to you.
You bet.